Hey everyone. So we have seen the world moving towards Web3, and we have also talked about it a lot. So let's discuss how exactly Web1 and Web2 companies can move from their existing state to incorporate the all the changes that comes with Web3.
Yeah, so the main focus of the Web3 crowd is the notion of decentralization.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea of creating networks or communities that share profits and share upside and share the value co-created by the platform is one of the core tenets. And how we do it, what is the technology that allows this to happen? How do you track, identity, authenticity? How do you make sure things are, trusted? And how do you make sure that there's no fraud? And all the management of these transactions, and all that stuff has to be managed somewhere. And if it's
Yeah.
not a centralized service that manages it, then you got to have some automation, basically, right?
Yeah.
And taking this automation to an extreme or a logical end brings you to these, decentralized, purely decentralized, I should say, systems like Ethereum and others that are permissionless, and anyone can build on them. And then the smart contracts do certain things automatically, right? So you don't have a human arbiter in that process. So that's the one, strain of thought around, Web3 and so on, which is to use blockchain to force the decentralization to happen. So that's one way to do it. You use a blockchain in this manner to offer that permissionless, trusted, auditable environment.
Yeah.
Most businesses are businesses, not web businesses, right? They're not.
Yeah.
They're just businesses. They want to service their clients, and the internet is a way to do that. Right? So how does a business that has nothing to do with web as such, but is on the web, because all businesses are on the web, how should they think about it? Right? Should they think about this as a new technology they need to deal with, or should they think about it as a new business model that they should deal with? And if you approach this as the latter, which is a business model change, not just a technology evolution, then you can see that you don't necessarily need all the complex technologies to do that business model change.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're just focusing on decentralization and not the purity of it, or not necessarily wanting the complexity of it using blockchains and this and that, then you could do it without those complexities. For example, OpenSea is a Web3 platform, but is not exactly decentralized. Right?
That's
so
technical,
you could do a totally decentralized system that offers the benefits to everyone, and you do it with regular technology.
Yeah.
Right? So ultimately, we like to call it Web 2.5, which is a bridge between the Web3 people and their ideas and their technologies, and Web 2 and Web 3. I'm sorry, Web 1. What is email and text messaging and blogs and whatever else, the original internet, websites and stuff. So that's Web 1.
Yeah.
Web 2 is all these platforms like Facebook and all these other sort of gig economy platforms as well. Seller, buyer, community, all of them. Content platforms. And now you got your Web 3 people. But the business is still the business.
Yes.
So how can the business make sure you're not tied into Web 1 or Web 2 or into Web 3 in any kind of a lock-in way? You want to make sure that you have the flexibility to interchange vendors, technologies, or whatever, because that's not the business. That's an enabler or a implementation detail.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that as a business, you are effectively sitting on top of all the different platforms and blockchains and various marketplaces where you may want to, be present. So in other words, I'm talking about an omni-channel business experience that you will anyway want to manage and offer to your customers and partners. So if you look at it that way, there's nothing special going on. You've always been multi-channel and you've always been multi-platform. And if you design it right, you're already multi-currency because you can take payments in multiple currencies already today using the normal rails. And maybe you add crypto payments. But that's the way to start. You literally design your business in the correct way, which is the multi-channel way that you would like it to be. And then, you can have a very simple technology deployment that does just that without the complex stuff that's around in the crypto universe.
Yeah, it's not the complexity that you need to focus on the blockchain and everything. Just the ideology of Web3, the thought process and the ideas the businesses need to think from that perspective, that what Web3 offers them, like what it offers, new opportunities, new ways to deal with customers, to engage with customers, build relationships. And I think going on, you can implement step by step, one thing at a time as well. You need not bring in all the complexity together at once.
Yes.
And then move from Web 2, Web 2.5, and then achieve Web 3, or bring in all the ideologies.
You never need to get to Web 3, right? You want to stay in what we call the meta web layer. I like to joke that it's the layer 8, because there's only 7 layers in the OSI model, right? And if you see what the top layer is the app layer. So we've always been in the app economy, as you know. Last 20 years it exploded, the app economy, which is mobile. Generally they say mobile, but all apps, web apps, every app, right? The app economy. So the application layer, which is where we are operating today, whether it's a web property or a mobile experience, or you install something on your desktop, or you go to a store and have an experience there, all of these are effectively driven at the application layer. Right, on the internet. So at the application layer, that's layer 7, we have created a new layer, layer 8, which is built on application layer itself. There's no layer 8, of course. It's a joke because it's a meta layer. It's a meta app layer. So we've built a meta app platform or a meta network whose job it is to be transparently providing you the functionalities that the internetwork or the internet should provide, but it doesn't. Right? What is the meaning of internetwork? Internet, collection of all networks is not called the internet.
Yeah.
The internet means it has to be interconnected.
Yes.
Today's internet is not interconnected. It's totally disparate. Even Facebook doesn't really, you can take a tweet and send it to your Facebook page, but the data associated with your usage of these platforms is invisible even to you. Your own data is invisible to you.
Yeah.
Much less the data for your business and the people that engage with those pieces and all that. So it's not an open, interoperable, playground that the founding fathers and designers had in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you have an open internetwork layer, an actual internetworking layer, then you can do all the things that you had been promised.
Exactly.
And that's all it is. So now you're not just Web 2 and Web 3 and compliant, you're Web 4 ready, and you're ready for Web 5. Because it doesn't matter. The internet never changes. All the people who need to make money never changes. It may change forms, it may change words, and you call it something else today, and then you can call it fintech and AI tomorrow, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, Exactly, it's the same thing. It doesn't.
So not getting confused is the key part of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. That getting confused, getting pulled in with all these things, it might change the trajectory, change your trajectory, change your business's trajectory. You just need to be focused on what you want your business, what you want to achieve, and find ways to achieve a multi-touch, multi-channel business where you can do business operations and everything seamlessly.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are opening up our platform. It's already open. People, early access, people are building cool things on it. And it's very exciting to see, people bridging into networks like Clubhouse and Pinterest and, all the existing platforms on the internet. Imagine that, you have bridges into every single experience that you can provide on any platform. And it's a composable awesome. Internet, right? What people are talking about composability, using protocols is very important. That's how composability is achieved. But you don't need blockchain for that. You just need to separate out what the word protocol means from the word blockchain. There are two different things. You can implement the same protocol on multiple blockchains. That's what makes it like HTTP is a protocol, doesn't have a blockchain. That's okay. That's what a protocol is. It's a specification, and then lots of people who comply with it and write software that works in that way. And if you do it that way, then it just works. So as long as you've created an environment and an ecosystem that benefits everyone, you will find adoption.
Yeah. And you mentioned bridges on top of Clubhouse and Pinterest and like these things, and we are opening it up for people to build whatever they want, be creative, go all in.
Yeah, you'll hear about this in the coming days, where we're going to launch a lot of like social commerce contests, open to marketers, open to developers, open to businesses, open to entrepreneurs, open to anyone that has a good idea for connecting people and creating value. And you'll see how easy it's going to become, and how networks will be launched, and how people can be connected on a wallet that works across currencies and cryptos and assets, basically, right? Sharing economy. It's a sharing wallet, social wallet. That's what the basis has to be, a sharing wallet. So we call it a super social wallet. So it's not just a super wallet, it's a super social wallet. And there's many, many more things that are coming, which will really make it easy to create and co-create with others.
Awesome. Really, really looking forward and very excited.
Yeah, we are too. It's really cool stuff coming out.
Awesome. Thanks, Amit. Thanks so much.